don't even know if BFF means. Okay, we're going to bring up elected official Nick Stahl. Come on up, Nick Cole. Sorry, Nick. I don't want to put a stall because you're like, we're down here, we were stalling on the road. Okay, Nick is going to take it away, one of our elected officials. He's going to talk on Clark County issues.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'm a state legislator from East Multnomah County. I've come, well, not too far, but a little ways from down here to talk to you for a couple of reasons. First of all, there are a bunch of us down in Salem in the legislature who oppose this bridge as it currently stands, oppose this proposal. Some of them are here today. Jefferson Smith is standing back there. Jeff, you raise your hand. Michael Devereaux was here earlier. And my good friend Jules Copel-Bailey in email asked me to read it to you. So that's the first thing. I want to try to convey to you the unanimity of support that you have in Salem. Jules says, "Thank you for coming out today to demand a smart alternative to more lanes and more sprawl. I'm with you in spirit. Oregon's facing tough times. In some of our rural counties, unemployment is over 20%. Rather than spend all our money in one place for short-term jobs, we need long-term investment in transportation, transit, trails, bike paths, and walkable main streets. The Selwood Bridge is the most unsafe bridge in the nation. The I-84, I-5 interchange is one of the most congested. And the Markham Bridge continues to blight our waterfront. This is a city that chose to liberate downtown from Harbor Drive, that chose transit over the Mount Hood Freeway, that has pioneered the transportation land use connection. 1 million people are expected to move through our region. Let's have a smart 21st century transportation network that's ready for them. And let's ensure we don't burden the rest of the state with one costly project." Representative Bailey speaks for all of us when he lists the accomplishments that folks like you have had in creating this place the way it is today. And what I really want to say is I want to underscore the impact that you can have. And there are two major concerns that I have. One is that when we're talking about the bridge, when policy leaders are talking about this bridge, they're talking about congestion. And they need to alleviate congestion. As though that congestion exists in a vacuum, as though it appeared out of thin air. That congestion is a result of poor land use policies in Clark County. Until we end sprawl on the other side of the river, it doesn't matter how big the bridge is, there will still be congestion. And so if you are from Clark County, I want you to know that I'm not up here speaking against you, railing against your leadership, so much as I'm asking you to get involved. Get involved in your community and say that, yes, we may need to at some point fix that bridge. There is a problem that we're going to need to deal with, but it isn't simply alleviating congestion by putting up a new bridge. It's by changing the land use policies that exist on the other side of the bridge so that we don't have to build a new one 10, 20, or 30 years down the road. The second thing I'm here to ask you guys to do is to lobby the legislature, lobby folks like me. There is a very quick way to send a message to everyone that this bridge will not go forward, and that is if we don't appropriate any money in Salem for this 12-lane boondoggle. You need to call your legislators and let them know that you oppose this. You need to call legislators in other parts of the state whose tax dollars are going to come up here to fund this boondoggle and let them know that their tax dollars are more needed in their community to do things that are important to their citizens than to subsidize bad land use policies in another state. You have the power to change the face of this project. And I encourage you all, get involved, make your voices heard, and together we're going to make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick, for coming out. I really appreciate that. You understand that if we get enough elected officials and one governor, and we're going to elect a governor real shortly in this state, we can kill this thing. So don't think that your letters, your emails, your phone calls won't matter. I think it's 31 and 15 to kill this thing dead. And we've got some of them right here today. So don't tell me this thing is leaving the station. I give you Mount Hood Freeway then. So I want everybody to look back behind you. We have the east lane of the 12 lanes way back there. You guys are all sitting on the freeway right now, all the way back and all the way over to right there. So it's a great visual, so take a look. That is the space we are talking about, that we just cannot, the insanity of spending that kind of money to put up this monument to Robert Moses, to an Eisenhower era, to a building like it's 1959 when peak oil and transportation habits are changing. It is the mother of all bad decisions. And I'm going to bring up another speaker now. We are democracy in action here today. We are opposed to the scope and direction of this, but we are all not united in what the alternatives are. We are not into not letting alternatives be aired. So in that vein, we're bringing up Debbie Peterson from Third Bridge from over in Washington, and she's going to have a few words to say on their ideas of alternative. She's been at this for a year and a half, by the way.
I'm so glad to be here. I'm so pleased to see so many people. This is just a great turnout. In Portland, I want to thank you for holding your own against the CRC over here in Portland. We've been trying to do that over in Vancouver, and it has been worth that effort. I'm going to change my speech because I only have 90 seconds, but I want to tell you, this is by far a done deal. I met with somebody on Thursday. He's an elected official. He has voted time and time and time again for the CRC project. And he told me last Thursday that there are 100 ways that this project can fail. And you guys are going to be a part of that, and I am proud of all of us. And I want to thank you for that. I want to tell you right now, we have 9 elected officials over in the Vancouver side from Olympia Dons of Vancouver who signed Don Benson's letter, and it said, we are not happy with the NEPA process. It didn't go through, and that's why there's no consensus. These guys stepped up at really political danger to themselves, and they decided to take a stand because they understood we are not being heard. And so they took that stand and signed that letter. You have people right over here in Oregon. Robert Liberty is one of them who signed that letter as well, and I want to thank him publicly for that. We have things that we have to do, and we have a job today right now. That is to tell the CRC to scour out those elected officials and those bureaucrats who are not listening to us. And I'm not kidding. We go to meeting after meeting, and I might as well be talking in that Benjamin Franklin building. It's not the Columbia building. And that tells you my age. I don't say that was a Benjamin Franklin savings and loan. Those guys do not hear one word we say, and it is a crime because people over in Vancouver have already said, we don't want this bridge. We can't afford it. We can't afford the taxes that are going to be in our houses. We can't afford the property market share that we're going to lose when this bridge goes in. So the CRC is our main goal today, along with Mr. Chalk, and I'm going to give you his phone number. Don Benson said that there's a bill. It's bill number 5540, and I'm going to give you time to write that down right now. Bill number 5540, and his phone number is 736-7920. Now, I want to see pins everywhere. I want to see pins going right now. Okay, here's the number again. 360-786-7920. Bill number 5540. And I want to tell you how effective this is. We have an email list that comes out from me and it goes to everybody else. And on the email list we said, please call Mary Margaret Hagen. She's the head of the Transportation Committee in Olympia. I called her one day after I sent out this email blast, and I said, wonder how it's going up there, and she said, you guys are well represented. So your phone calls make a difference. I want to thank you again. God bless you.
They've got a booth. I encourage you guys to check everybody's alternatives out. This is not a done deal. Okay, I want to bring up we have a message from Bill Bradbury called me this morning. Could not make it last minute, but he wanted to offer up this, put up a statement that he has deep concerns about the scope and direction of this project. He sorry he couldn't make it today, and I would encourage you guys to give him and his office a call to let him know how you feel about it as well. I've got a real quick, Debbie, we're going to let Sharon speak now from Third Bridge, correct? And Sharon's going to give you guys a few more thoughts on that, and then we're going to let Jefferson Smith and wrap it up with our youth of America. So here we go.
Hello. It's wonderful to see so many people here, and as they said, it's far from a done deal. Even further from a done